in. They'll definitely be watching on the replay because I think it took 3 hours or something for the program to download for Kelly's family last week. And if you remember from last week, Kelly was a 10-hour train ride and a 2-hour car ride through the Outback. So hopefully, did you talk to her, Chris? Have you had a chance to communicate with Kelly Pantaleone?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I know you connected
hopefully.
us. And,
yes.
I think we, said hi to each other, but we haven't, really sat down and, talked.
And been able to talk. Yeah. And you're like, wow, everybody's like, who's this? But this is, if you know me, you have to know Chris now because we've pretty much been inseparable for the last week and a half. So Alix Angelis, welcome to the RevMacLive Pop-Up Film Festival. And I brought you out here specifically because I'm excited about that connection that we made last week where, hey, William, where Kelly basically, and I love Kelly a lot because we have a very nice, fun relationship. But like many people, when I'm tooting my own horn, they're like, okay, like enough, or I'm pitching something. And so she's just like, okay, whatever. And then she just jumps right into, hey, Chris, we've got this festival in like small little town, and she names off all these big like country music stars or whatever, and says, that comes there, and she's like, and then she wants to talk to you. So what I'm hoping that translates into is it's a small town of 8,000, she's kind of a movie starlet, and so she can pretty much say, hey, you should include this person to come down. And then we can talk maybe to the folks at HAPS or something about putting some cash together so we could do like a live feed down there and a whole group. And yeah, they might poo-poo it, but we'll find the money. But at the end of the day, all that matters is if it can happen, you need to go to that festival in Australia. So that would be cool.
I've never been to Australia. We have to get through getting international travel going again. And then I would be so happy to do that.
So I'm hoping that we can get you and all of us maybe to Australia because I just would love, to do that. And Kelly's mom said that the show was a ripper, which I know means it was good.
It's good. I don't know a lot about Australian lingo, but there you go. That's a vote of approval.
It is good. Whew. Thank goodness. And we're hung up, and we're going to come back. There we are. So you guys did hear Becca, and Becca is back to, at least for a little while, to help. I guess there will be no neutral party if Alix here, Angelis, was in the judging category. But since that's not the case, we all can just judge who's ever here. So and then Becca, let me say to you, are you awake? And will you be able to stay awake?
I am awake. I will be able to stay awake, whether I will be able to stay connected. For anyone in the audience, I am currently working without Wi-Fi and I'm on a personal hotspot, so we will see what happens. But
yes,
we're giving it my best shot. I think I need to clear some tabs to make it work very efficiently, but we're giving it my best shot. I'm here for as long as I can, and I'm so glad to see you all.
Oh, that's awesome. Very good. Glad to see you too. And oh, by the way, this is Horror Fest, and if I had time, but it's only the third week, so please forgive me. 3 weeks and a day and an hour ago, I hadn't even thought of this concept, and so now we're into our third week. So with no budget or anything like that. So yes, Horror Fest with the Cleansing Hour and Alix Angelis, who is in that film and is right below Becca. And I probably should let talk because you're kind of like the big star today. Yeah, she is.
Hello, everyone. I'm very new to HAPS baby. Like right before this, I learned how to like log in and everything. This is so cool. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're very happy to have you, and I think we're just really lucky. Hey, Retta, there's William again. Trevor, Thomas, Sabrina, nice to see you.
Hey,
I just think we're really lucky. Go ahead.
Rita says, hi, Alex and Rita are twins. I'm a twin too. Yassine is my twin. Oh, hi. That's so cool. Twins.
Oh, that's right. Red and Yassine.
Rita. Sorry.
I think we're really lucky to have to be able to make these connections with people and everything. It's really, really neat. And it's I just have to learn not to fanboy too much. Just let it out. Let it out and then keep going. So, is this like your first, Alex? Is this like your first? You weren't the scream queen. You were kind of what the scream queen would be screaming at, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
She's like both.
You're like both? Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Which is me, even without being in a horror film, is what the Scream Queen would be screaming at.
yeah, people, and this isn't giving anything away, but yeah, I'm kind of like the woman in the film that's fighting against the evil being, but I'm possessed by the evil being. It's an internal battle.
Right.
So, yeah.
What film style would work best for that? Like Straczynski, or you know what I mean? Like, how do you play a demon with but it's artificially imposed on, you're trying to stop yourself? Like, that's quite a character to play.
Are you talking about like acting
wise? Yeah, acting wise. Because
we already talked about how I went to NYU, so I have like a fancy acting education. Is that what you're trying to get?
Wow. Okay. Yep. Boom. Just like NYU, I handled it. No big deal.
It's just like, you want to act like this? You have to go to NYU. Duh.
Yeah. Right. Woo. I was put in my place. I've been put in my place by your sister for a couple of times. Look at her. She's like, no.
I didn't mean like that. But
didn't mean it like
I know she didn't. I'm giving you all a hard time.
To talk acting educations, the UK take it to the next level with drama school. Like, if they want an acting education, they go intense on it. There's this one school where they do this thing called living history, and for 2 weeks they live in a historical period. No escape. You are in that historical period for 2 weeks of your life straight.
You've got the Black Death and rickets, so you can't get out.
This is why I want to live in the UK.
That's why you want to live in the UK, in a castle where you're locked in.
Reasons, yes. But yeah, I to say that it's like everybody has demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I argue with my demons in my head all the time. It's just
Who
like
wins?
that, but like extreme.
Yeah.
And more sticky.
Do you share demons, like a twin thing, like save money or anything?
I think so.
We have the same demons.
Yeah. The demons are twins, of course.
They just flip back and forth. Yeah.
I mean, we've joked before that twins only have half a soul each.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
How does that work?
No,
you can explain why I only have half a soul. Like, I'm just here without. Without a twin.
I'm joking. I think we both have souls, probably.
Hopefully.
No,
maybe.
I don't. I know why I don't. It's because I'm ginger. I don't know if.
Oh my God! Yeah, you are like this character that Alex plays. Totally tame compared to a ginger. Like, not even close.
Gingers are they're the demon. They're the demon for sure.
I love redheads.
I mean, didn't they used to really believe that?
Genuinely, when I was at school, people believed I didn't have a soul, and like people would avoid talking to me based on the fact that they thought like I was gonna inhabit their body. I was,
Mm-hmm.
Things at school
and
in the
Alex
UK were wild.
wants to voluntarily live in England, but yeah, that's
well, she doesn't have red hair, so
right.
Yeah, she'll be okay.
Oh yes, I do
There
have
was a
Soul Mix.
ringtone as well. I remember one of my friends Bluetoothing me the ringtone that's "Gingers have no soul." Okay, great. Thanks for that, my love.
Oh, well, you can. You know what? You can have mine, Becca. It's a little
Thank you. We'll share.
worn out, mushed
Greta asked
around,
if
and
Alex is new to Haps. She's incredibly new, like 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yes.
she's a Haps baby.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
subscribe to Alex. Great job. Alex
you.
is new to Haps, but hopefully, I've been saying this to every actor or producer or somebody that watched a movie since we started this program 3 weeks ago. Like, somebody needs to write a sitcom for this venue. Like, and you got to be able to pull it off, right? So, because this is like YouTube meets Zoom, and they have like this little baby, and I keep
Oh.
saying I don't have time to think about writing it, but I think it would be interesting to write an actual
Like a scripted
show.
performance.
Yes,
Where
yeah.
the actors would all be in their little screens, but
Mhm,
stuff would be
mhm.
happening.
Right. I think that would be I probably had been something done like this, but I think it would be really fun. So if anybody wants to tackle it, please do. And if anybody wants, an extra thought or two, I'm happy to be there. But yeah, I think it would be really fun. Who's older, Chris or Alex? Hold on. Let me see.
Take a poll.
I just only known Alex for 27 minutes and 4 seconds, but I'm going to say Alex. Wait, now that makes me think. Hold on. No, Chris is oldest.
Chris gives me older vibes, but I don't know why.
Are you saying I look old?
No.
You're like, the moment I got closer to the screen, he's like, "Oh, I see your skin now." No, you were wrong.
Oh,
Wow.
I think maybe you're getting the older vibes right now, just because I'm way more comfortable in this venue. Alex never live streamed, and I've been live streaming every day for like 3 or 4 years.
I just feel like, and this could be totally wrong because I just blew that, but like that my gut told me that it's so weird to talk about you guys like this, but I mean that Alex would have like more of a little less laid back than you, I guess I would say, Chris, like maybe just slightly more. Yeah. Like there, like just, and you can be very outgoing too, but like the outgoing thing, just she wears it on her sleeve a little more than you do maybe day to day. No, Alex does. She's a little more
Outgoing?
Am I wrong? Yeah. Yes.
Wrong again.
Totally wrong. Damn. See? Gosh.
I'm
50-50 shot.
But like
Okay.
You're an actor, so it could be that you're super introverted and
yes, if you've seen my acting, I could maybe understand that, because I think that's the one place that I feel, comfortable being loud and taking up space, and obviously a cleansing hour. But I'm actually very shy in life.
Yeah. Alex is very she's very confident in like her thinking, and like she knows what's up and like how to do life, and she's like constantly giving me the big sister tough love advice about like how to think about things and stuff. But I'm definitely the sort of more socially outgoing one.
All right, I should have went with musician, more outgoing than actor. So next time I have twins, that are in this position, I'll go with the other way. Like I know you guys you did some commercials, you've done some other things together. Did you guys kind of both go to LA at the same time and everything?
Alex, did you move to LA before me? And then I don't know. No, I think I moved to LA first. Alex was in New York, and then she moved
to NYU,
LA
of course.
like a few years after I did.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so there was a little bit of time. Gotcha. That's cool. And well, let's talk about why we're here. We have some films to watch, and these films are horror films that were submitted. And oh my gosh, yes, this happens. The one guy that I know that can be here for his film. Let me find him. I have way too many 2 is too many Instagram accounts for me. Hang on a second. Go, come on. Oh, I can make a announcement that Olivia Ty is going to be on the big interview on 5/5, but that doesn't find this guy who submitted me his film. Hang on a second.
This is so cool that you can play videos and stuff.
Yeah, you could just here. Let me make you a director. My gosh, like, you can't break anything and you can't shut the program down unless you're the CEO of HAPS. And he comes into your really cool show called Could You Fall in Love with a Robot, which was a huge hit. But before we got running, he accidentally disconnected the show. But you can't. So feel free to play while I'm looking this up. Click on any of the little boxes. Those will move us in and out. You can go with different spaces and have fun.
What?
I genuinely thought I disconnected the show last week when my whole computer crashed and I was out for half an hour at least. Yeah.
No.
Wait.
I thought I ruined the whole show. No one could get back in. It wasn't me. It was
There you
HAPS.
go.
It's fine.
Oh.
Much as I bring a curse, being ginger and having no soul, not quite that bad.
You.
Okay. So we're gonna play these movies
Mm-hmm.
during the show.
We are.
Such a cool feature.
Yeah, it's really fun to get feedback and stuff from people live. And
It's brilliant. What Rev's doing here is fantastic. The setup at the pop-up film festival is absolutely brilliant. I just think it's such a great innovation. So
Yeah. Super fun idea.
okay, well, possibly.
Want me to sing a song while you figure it out?
Oh my gosh, look at that. Holy cow. Yes. Wow. I love it.
These
Oh,
innovative
by the-
ideas.
What?
Oh, more
By the way,
innovative.
everybody, Chris sings like pretty good too. She's actually fucking awesome, but you'll find out.
All right. So
Like whatever.
I'm trying to think of something that would go with this theme, but I don't really
Ooh.
have one.
You don't
Actually,
do horror songs?
write a song now.
I don't have any horror song.
You've got horror stories like love,
Drowning is kind of scary.
Go for
Ooh.
it. Yeah, drowning. Drowning works.
I haven't played that song in years. Maybe I
Way
could
to
do.
go,
I
sis.
could do Flicker. Flicker talks about the demon that came through my ceiling. that I
Nice.
was maybe a dream or like a fever vision or something when I was a child.
We
That
love it.
sounds pretty horror
Yeah.
like themed. I'd go with that.
Yeah, so this is it's only part of it, but this is a song called Flicker. It's going to be on my album The Skies We Look To, which you can pre-order right now for only $5 on my website. So if you like it, please do that because I'm trying to get to 2,000 pre-orders. We're at 1111, so make wishes. I wish for 500 more pre-orders.
Hey, Alex, take your cursor and put it over that little person over the number 1 in Chris's box. See that little person underneath the wheel?
Wait.
Click on
I
it.
just did me.
You just did you, but
I
click
couldn't
your
tell the
sister.
difference. I'm sorry.
There
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
hard to tell who's who. There you go.
You couldn't tell yourself apart. Let me tell you a simple story of when I walked in darkness and I wandered through my mind, searching for my sins. When I told him what I'd found there, he began to cry. I asked the preacher many questions, but never asked him why. Then I saw a flicker that turned into a flame. I felt its warmth and knew its power, and he could not be tamed. I had finally found a reason my stories and my name, and I entered into a season with one who felt the same, felt the same. As I lay down in my youth, demons made the call. Mother told me banish them, and angels caught my fall. My friends would send me to the gallows and look on at my shame. He would gladly clear my name, and for me he would name. And then I saw a flicker that turned into a flame. I felt its warmth and knew its power, and it could not be tamed. I had finally found the reason for my stories and my name, and I entered into a season with one who felt the same, felt the same. When you speak those words to me, it sounds like the thunder of a million whispering leaves, and I won't go back, oh no. Then I saw a flicker that turned into a flame. I felt its warmth and knew its power, and it could not be tamed. I had finally found the reason for my stories and my name, and I entered into a season with one who felt the same. Let me tell you a simple story of how I found my end. Did you? Oh, you're all muted. Okay. There's a.
Woo!
It was excellent.
Thank you.
Very good.
Did you figure out what you needed to do?
Yes.
Just kind of stall for you.
So yes, good stall. I'm just waiting for him to get back to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to show the clap. Okay, very good. We're going to show the trailer from The Cleansing Hour. So that is going to be very fun. And here we go.
In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, I command you to give me your name.
And cut. Nice job, everybody. Good job.
I gotta think. Man.
Follow the monitors. Let me lead.
All right, everybody, here we go. 3, 2.
Time to go off script.
Uh-oh. Yikes. Whoa. There we go. Ooh, I don't want to see that again. Too scary.
Creepy. Yeah.
So that's the cleansing hour.
It is. And is that because we touched on a little bit. Hey, Brett. Oh, great to see you, man. What's it? Is that your first horror film, especially feature?
Actually, no.
Oh my gosh.
But it was the first one in a while. Chris and I, did a feature horror film called Visible Scars a while back. We were both in it, and we played like
Feral
twins
children.
that what?
Like feral children.
Yeah. Well, feral adults
Well,
that went into the woods as kids. So that was fun. It's
Yeah.
definitely a fun genre. I'd love to do more, even though, and I always shock people with this, but like horror's not really my genre to watch. I'm like too much of a wimp, but to play, it's so much fun.
Do you generally watch yourself or not watch yourself?
I watch myself. Yeah, I'm not, especially now with like, auditions are all self-tapes mostly, and you gotta, and like as a director also, I can like look objectively at my performance and like improve on it. Not obviously after shooting a movie, but I can be critical and be removed, and it's fine.
You know what?
How do you feel about
Yeah, go ahead.
sort of the psychology of being an actress in a horror? Because I find sometimes like actresses in horror get so into their role and become so immersed in this role and in this world that it becomes terrifying. Like, and that's something as a horror filmmaker that I'm really passionate about, is looking after the psychology of my actresses and like making sure that they're okay and my actors. But I just find it crazy. How do you find that?
I mean, funny enough, the horrors that I've done, I've been the monster. So it's a little different in the psychology of that, because my thoughts as the demon were like pretty much having fun. I wasn't put in a position where I was meant to take it on as being scared or like being traumatized.
Except for when you were very like, there was certain moments where you are in the front of your real person.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but most of the time I was the demon. But I really, really appreciate the concern that you have there, because it is so important to take that into account for everybody involved. The director, of course, but like the crew. And I will say that a little bit of consideration goes such a long way. I'll do anything if I'm being, taken care of and checked in on, and like not just pushed to
Not left for dead out there on the set somewhere. Like,
I mean,
where'd you go? We don't know.
I'm, as
Which
an
like
actor,
feels like such a low expectation to have. If I'm taken care of, I'll do anything. But like genuinely, like people don't. A lot of filmmakers don't. So
yeah, and I mean, as an actor, you're supposed to want to be pushed to the limit, and of course that is great too. I'm not saying don't push me as a director, but like to be like checking in, you're still a human being, and it's like even just physically a lot to go through. And everybody that I've worked with so far has been wonderful, especially on the cleansing hour. So that was great.
Well, and I kind of
that's awesome.
I kind of popcorn around because I've had about. Well, first of all, I think it would be fun for me. I don't know if it'd be fun for anybody else to like spend about 9 hours talking about the differences between a female director and a male director and the power dynamics and the Me Too movement and all this, because I find directing incredibly fascinating as it becomes less, I mean, you had some great filmmakers that machismo was part of the package of the director. You know what I mean? So they're, directors would direct for their spouses, and just like people write for people and everything, but the dynamic is at least has the ability to change. And I find that really exciting. And it makes me want to come up with like fun questions like, do women directors, can they also pick, I mean, considering that they're a good actor, let's assume that, but the one that the hottest and they most likely want to go out with, or should they not do that? I mean, guessing it wouldn't be ethically right, but like, hey, there he is. There's so many double standards out there that I just think it must be infinitely interesting in Hollywood as all this is happening right now. So I know that's a little off the subject.
I mean,
anyone should pick
talking me to
actors based on who's the hottest, unless that's
Agreed.
like, what the
no, agreed.
role calls for.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
No, like talking actors and directors and power dynamics and Me Too movement in Hollywood, because I'm doing my Manson era Macbeth, so I've done my research on a lot on Polanski, right? Because that's Hollywood in the Manson era, and he did a Macbeth adaptation. But like, Polanski got some awesome work, but here's pretty much my don't do this as a director. Here's my guide of what not to do as a director. Absolutely horrific, some of the torture he put women through and some of the torture he put his actors through to get a role out. He would just shock them, spring something on them just to get the scene he wanted out of them. And I think that that is completely unethical and exactly the opposite of what I want to do as a filmmaker.
actors can act. Newsflash. Like, that's why you hired them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
This is-
I
Yeah,
agree
for
with you
real.
completely,
You don't need to
Rebecca.
spring something on them.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's so manipulative, and like making a movie is so much about trust in your
Mhm.
collaborators, and that just breaks the trust so much. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm so glad that you have that opinion.
Darian, what's
Yeah,
up?
and I mean, like,
Hey,
hi, Darian.
it looks like I jumped into the middle of a really interesting discussion.
Hi.
I get on here and the first thing I hear is, no, I don't think we should be hiring actors based on how hot they are. I was like, okay, what's going on?
I mean, unless that's what the role calls for, but that
That
shouldn't be
gets
the first.
tricky too.
Right, unless it's 90210, right?
But that gets tricky too because
Well, that's the thing. So often, especially with girls, women are told, like, leading lady. You're not pretty enough to be the leading lady. You're the side character. You're the friend. And I just think, and I know it happens with guys as well. I've just obviously industry, but it's not how filmmaking should be done. You hire who's the best actor, right? You hire who's going to convey your message.
But
Well,
Becca,
because-
I almost feel like the British stuff. I almost feel like they do follow that rule. Do you guys have that issue there too? Because I know that's like a big Hollywood problem, right? Where everything's like really based on this whole like star system and super. But it almost I don't know if that's just my false impression. But you know, what is your? Do you guys have the same kind of issue there, where it's kind of based on superficial stuff?
I think we definitely do to a lesser extent.
Okay.
I think it still exists. And you've got people like, for example, Olivia Colman, absolutely fantastic actress, and commented as being not the typical leading lady type, which is ridiculous. She's beautiful. She's amazing. But
Yeah.
like, they comment on that a lot.
Well-
That's something where like it's sort of, oh, if an actress gets it, like it's sort of subverting expectations. Oh, well done, she subverted expectations. Whereas I definitely think it's to a lesser extent. It's very superficial in a lot of cases, and a lot of UK acting is based theatrical training thing is theatrical based, so it's based off theatre and off the and if you've got that theatrical training you'll get the job, but it is still not perfect. It's not a perfect world, and it is a lot of aesthetics.
Yeah, well, I think that's
Go ahead,
great.
you guys talk.
Oh, that it's not as much over there, and you know, it is so the training is so important, because I think that in the US, like, yeah, there's that like, oh, who's going to be the pretty, like, or the, you know, handsome leading man or woman, and then now it's also become so much about like how many like social media followers you have. Like we have friends who've literally lost out roles because they didn't have as many like Instagram followers as the other.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Well, and
it's
also
kind of crazy.
Wow.
And also what you said about if you have theatrical training, then that's like a big step up. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just maybe in LA, I think it is more in LA than in New York. It's almost looked down on if you have done theater. It's like, oh, so you couldn't do you didn't get cast in movies, so you had to do theater.
Wow, that's
Wow,
extreme.
seriously? It's
Ooh,
like
that's
a generation ago. It's like, really, you're a film actor? Oh my god!
No,
Yeah.
it's changed. It's weird, and I think it is a lot in LA. But like in New York, it's better. The further east you go, the more respected theater becomes.
Right. That
Yes,
makes sense.
of course
yeah,
it
'cause
does,
the New York
Muffy.
thing, more Muffy.
And
I see.
and I
So
also
wait,
wanted
you
to
guys
say,
are both based in LA?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I also wanted
I'm
to
in
say
We
something
just
Atlanta.
about
met tonight, dude.
in terms of like
Oh, they just
the
met? Yeah.
yeah, we just met.
I
Me and
figured
Alex
that.
just
Just
met.
I like you guys look alike. I think you guys should hang out. So
Yeah, we should.
So wait, but you're both in LA right now though, or just in different like
Yeah.
houses or something?
Yeah,
yeah,
we don't live together.
Okay.
That would be a disaster.
dude, I shouldn't be giving you a hard time. You just came in, but I might be a little high. I don't know. So,
Yeah. Oh, but so I just wanted to add on to the idea of like the attractiveness of someone is
Oh,
so
yeah.
much more than just their like bone structure or whatever.
Sure.
Because I will just say, like, I have seen so many things where whoever was casting could have done so much better to cast the better actor than the quote unquote hotter guy or whatever. Because if someone really is emoting and connecting, that is what's sexy. Can we just like I was trying to think of an example, like Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing. And but he's not like, you know, your typical model, like
Yeah.
whatever
I think he's-
face, but
Yeah.
he is a heartthrob because he's so great at like being.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
No, he's
Totally.
a great example. Yeah.
But the question then, and wow, we're going down like a very, I'm always willing to put myself out there to go down into these layers, but I really do want to bring this point up. Is that, you know, what if you're doing, I don't know, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, or, you know, you're doing something that, you know, because I think these things are going to change in the new age, right? But what are you going to do when a character is described down to, you know, their most intricate, you know, like physical characteristics? Like, how do we start to maneuver in this world of what we are going to become versus what we were? Because like I can't even watch old movies. I went to film school. I love old movies. Like I'm talking black and white movies, you know, and Cary Grant and The Thin Man and all these things. And the pacing is just so long, and they hold their shots for way too long, and it's like a mess. I can't watch it anymore. But how do we maneuver through? It's, you know, beach baby bingo, which maybe we shouldn't be on some level producing, you know, as a civilization, but how do we work around those things where the physical looks are the picture? There's what's going to sell tickets at the box office. How do we deal with that along those same structures of what we were talking about, which is not necessarily giving reverence to the body?
I think it's becoming a lot more common for casting directors to ask questions right at the beginning of the process that are like, is it important that this character is white? Are you open to like, and then the director or the writers will be like, oh no, it's not important,
Okay.
or it is for a very specific reason. And then I think that it is becoming a lot more open, and people are enjoying seeing, you know, different faces and different.
Right. So, but you're saying even before it's cast, people are starting to say, look, do we really need to put the stereotypical blank in that role?
Yeah, the questions are being asked more
Awesome.
and more. Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome, because I was always taught as a screenwriting student and doing screenwriting, the first thing they taught is if your character is not white, specify it, because otherwise by default they will cast a white person.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it has been
That's
like
really
that for
sad.
a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's probably still like that, and maybe there's the hint of it changing, you know, but it's like I know in a lot. I'm in like some black screenwriters groups, and they're like, well, if you want to make sure that your characters are cast black, you need to write that in there, or else you can just
Won't be.
assume they're gonna, if there's nothing specified, that means white. Like default means white.
Mhm.
That's not a good way to think, and also like I do start to see through in as much as of a male, as I am, and I do like seeing attractive people and everything like that. I do feel like depending on the project, it takes away from the authenticity if it's really obvious that they went through like a Calvin Klein model sort of catalog to pick all the actors. Like those projects where you're like, okay, I'm watching this movie and everybody could be doing a Calvin Klein ad right now instead of being in this movie. And you're like, is this realistic? Like, okay, all these astronauts are just going to be like looking like this.
Yeah, for sure. And don't get me started on when they've got when they're doing like high school movies and all of them look like 30-year-old
They're
models.
35. Yeah.
30-year. Oh, like the 100. Has anybody ever watched that show?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that is my guilty pleasure, but it really is like really like
I
so
agree.
it's the
I
end
agree.
of the world and like everybody's gorgeous. Like wow.
Well,
I
of
mean,
course,
if that's what you signed on for, you can be like, okay, yes, that's fine. That's what this is. But if you're trying to make some sort of indie realistic thing, it can't be like that.
It can't be like that.
And that's why
yeah.
so many people vibed with 8th Grade, right? It's because gosh, I can't remember her name. She Elsie Fisher, she plays an authentic 13-year-old. And she looks like an authentic 13-year-old. She's not there looking perfect. She's not there 6 years older than the age she's playing. And she's got spots. She's got acne. She's got this sense of being who she is and who she's playing. And that's what I think we need to see a lot more of in cinema, because I can't deal with inauthenticity.
Yeah.
I think there's always a push in film and television to get to that place. Interestingly, because I can remember in the 70s there was a TV show and it was called James at 15, and I mean the actor was actually 15, and they were trying to have a show that would be more representative of what life of a 15-year-old boy would be in America at the time. But I think we're constantly trying to do that for sure. But to me, being 54 and having been through a protest or two in my life and being someone who at least parents were neutral and kind of liberal. So being someone that didn't have to go as far as other people to kind of come to who I am today. I think this is just transcends anything I've ever, thought of in the way that I'm checking myself. And this is on the simplest level here, but I'm checking myself on pronouns, and, we're really starting to talk about, trans people getting trans roles, and all of this thing where I was talking about the dynamics of the director and the starlet and all these things. And the other thing too, that again kind of comes to my mind is what's hard for me to navigate around a lot is, that's why I had that point before. And I want to go to Brett's point too, but what is, what if a woman wants to be a starlet? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if that, you know what I mean? Like, how do you maneuver around that if because this happens a lot in this medium, in live streaming. You will have women, for example, that will defend the rights of women to the nth degree, but then can be incredibly cruel on like body shaming and things like that. So I'm not trying to like impose my ideas and values around it. What I'm trying to express is like, just like it's not incumbent upon Black people to teach me, the Black experience and how I need to act. It can be really difficult for people to maneuver around the world in. And in Hollywood, I too would think can be pretty difficult, for people. So yeah, that's my thoughts there.
I think being a person, being a woman, is in the society, in the world, is always going to be. You're going to come up against judgment for whatever your choices are, and Hollywood emphasizes that a lot because you're in the public eye and you're kind of always at somebody's mercy in terms of a choice being made about you. So yeah, it can be challenging to maintain a level of self-esteem and confidence in who you are. Just like, this is me. But yeah, I think the key is not to judge people. I mean, isn't that, like, there are all kinds of ways of being a woman or a man, or it's like one feminist ideal shouldn't exist, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. So you're saying the reverse, where it's like if the woman does want to be sexy and kind of fit like the Marilyn Monroe model, like don't let's not go the other way and hate on a woman for who does want to be that, present herself that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
whatever a
that
woman
kinda-
wants to be, a woman wants to be, and let her do. If
That's
she
good,
wants
because
to
I
do
think
that, that's great. If she doesn't want to do that, that's also great. But a woman should be in power of her own body. And I think that's the thing. Like, I don't know how many of you have watched Star is Born, the three of them, rather than just the one. But Star is Born is the perfect sort of example of the making of a female celebrity, and when a female's forced to do something, as opposed to when a girl is sort of just left to do whatever she chooses. And I think that's something that sheds a light on a lot. It's very similar to Judy Garland's story in Hollywood, and her sort of making of a female celebrity is has been historically corrupt, but letting a female celebrity be who she wants to be, that is sort of the best place we can go with it.
Yeah.
I think that's lovely and needs to be restated a lot for people, because not necessarily that many people are going to see this on here, but that is really good. I have always said that I have lots of birdies out there listening for me, because you have to in live streaming, and sometimes they get bored because there's nothing like espionage afoot or anything. So then they just text me and say, we got to show some films. So we are going to show some movies here because I know Alex has to get going and Becca is paying crazy data rates for this and she's not getting paid. And I promise, Becca, when we get money, we'll pay your data bill first. That'll be our first thing that we do. All right.
So wait, the Zoska sisters, do you ever get compared to them? Since don't they also do horror? Because they're twins, right? Who do you know those?
No.
Directors? They're
The directors.
yeah, they're a pair of twins, and they direct. I don't know if it's more thriller or horror that they're known for, but one of my favorite movies, American Mary, was directed by them, and it kind of maybe fits into thriller, maybe a little bit horror, kind of. But yeah, they're the Zoska sisters. But I mean, obviously, if you're twins and you're making movies, I guess you get those kinds of comparisons, or no?
We have not been collaborating on films for some time because Chris has become a rock star.
Yep.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, but it's good.
That sucks for your film careers.
No,
when the two of
Alex
you
is doing her own thing. She's awesome. She doesn't need
Yeah.
it.
Okay, got it.
The twin acting thing was actually rather limiting.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
When the two of you said earlier, like, oh, we were actually on a horror film together before, I thought something in me just thought you were going to say we were actually the twins on The Shining.
On The Shining, right? Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. I don't think they're old enough, but
it's fine. It's fine.
Good Lord.
It was just the way it just came out. Like we were actually on a horror film before. Just my mind went straight to that.
Yeah, of course you go straight to that. Yeah. But that's where I mean, I'm sorry. I know it's just prejudice because I don't meet a lot of twins, so I immediately thought of the Zoska sisters
Oh no.
because of them
I
doing
thought
horror.
of every Doublemint twin commercial I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
We all do those things.
Yeah, no,
But,
being twins is great, but like being on separate paths is also great because we can support each other without competing.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay, that's really
that's
cool.
really neat. Okay, let's jump into these movies because
All
we
right.
should come back sometime and have this kind of dialogue because it's going well. So I think that would be fun. We are going to go to the submission that you gave us, Alex, that just by chance might be in, but I think it could be your sister, which then we don't have to worry about any of the judging stuff or anything here. So what's the name of this one? Is Quiet Time?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Everybody, let's enjoy.
So I'll make the dolphin because I have blue. A cow! What does the cow say? Moo! What does the dolphin say?
Swing, swing.
Hello.
Hi. What's that?
Where's my special girl? Hello, Charlie Sky.
Mr. Boy.
Got a package. I don't know if there's no. Did you order something?
Read
What
it.
is it?
I'm gonna take a shower.
Hey, did you grab milk? Oh, this is probably for your birthday. It says for you. Should we read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Silence is a lonely thing. It will push your friends away. It makes you question and wonder if you ever had words to say. Silence can take any shape. An awkward pause, things unsaid. Silence is as real as you or me, or mutterings under your bed. Steals your voice right from your head, takes your hand and makes scribbles instead.
What's that?
Okay,
What he's doing?
let's
What is he
I think
doing?
it's time for your nap.
What happened to?
Let's go.
Love, are you all right? What is it? What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you joking? What's happening? Say something. Tell me you're okay.
Oh my gosh, it's following us like the Burke.
It's following us. Holy shit.
Wow.
That was fucked up.
I saw his face when that guy thing came out of the closet. If you can rewind that and look at his face right there, Darren, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was kind of funny. On the day we had to hide that mask, obviously, from the little girl.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
She like tried to wander in when we were doing that scene, and it was like, nothing to see here. Oh my god! Like, traumatized.
She was the cutest. Was that like really her voice saying all that stuff? Like, what are you doing? Like, she's like,
yeah, she's so cute. Like, she's just a friend of mine's daughter, and I just like explained what acting was to her, and basically was like, we're just gonna pretend. Like, we'll play with some Play-Doh and then we'll pretend like we're going to take a nap. And she, like, got it.
Well, yeah.
So
She's
not like, there once was a guy called Stanislavski and he's...
yeah. Well, she was like,
That'd be funny.
and I didn't even pay to go to NYU. So
Yeah. No, little children don't need to act. They just like are like, oh, get it. I pretend. Okay. And they're in.
Right. We lose that, right?
I love how, like, didn't you also say she at first got really upset every time you said it was nap time because she was like,
I just woke up from a nap. And I'm like, no, we're just pretending. It's like, oh. Okay.
oh my gosh. She's like, she takes it seriously. Like,
I just took a nap.
Wow.
She was so
that was
adorable.
very fun, very short, and like, bam, that was nice.
Yeah, Jake Bradbury, who directed it and we wrote it together, he just called me up and was like, I want to make something, like 3 minutes. What are you most scared of? And he meant like vampires or, werewolves or whatever. And I was like, what I'm most afraid of is being forgotten when I'm gone and not leaving any meaningful impact on the world. And
that is scary.
That's really dark.
That's terrifying. Oh my god!
I find it so interesting.
I could go pay money to see that.
When a filmmaker takes someone's fears and makes it something. So I think it was the season Cult of American Horror Story was purely based off Sarah Paulson's fears. They went in like, Sarah, what are you afraid of? And did everything that she was afraid of as a season.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really rich material. So
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, like, make stuff.
And that was you in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Good
Very
job.
fun. Darren, that makes me think that there should be like a charity, like throwdown, like director challenge on the 1 minute film school with people like Alix, where it's like, you guys, you got your directing chops a little bit, like people like Gavin, and like make them do like, you have a challenging 1 minute film or parody thing or something. Could be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
It'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Maybe we could
something short like that, like
pushed to 1 minute, after doing 90 minutes for years.
That'd
that
be
could
awesome.
fun.
Like so you think you can dance of directing, right? So you think you can direct. You've got your chops.
So you think you can direct? That'd be great. Yeah.
Actually, you know what would be? I mean, I know you're saying that it would be like a full-on like writer-director challenge, but I would be fascinated to see a script that was already done, and everyone has the same script, and see how they direct it.
You are. I love you. That is like literally. I've been wanting to do that for so long. I think that I totally sign on that.
Do it here. Let's do it here.
Yeah, like everybody has to do the same script. That'd be so cool, right?
Yeah,
I think that's such a cool concept. Even as a writer, I'm like, I would want to partake in that. Even as a writer, like primarily.
Yeah.
And what would be the coolest part, I think, is that I imagine that anybody would be like, oh, that's obviously the best choice. I think it would just all be really interesting, different choices.
I've been
Yeah,
on
well, they're
plays.
gonna make different choices, like
Yeah, but
by
like
definition. Yeah.
all of like the different approaches would be so fascinating to see because you never get to. I mean, I guess with plays you do.
Plays does
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right.
It would
And
be
you
like-
get
Yeah, for
you do.
sure.
But that is interesting with plays because you have somebody that can put their own interpretation on it in a very heavy-handed way, even. So that would be neat to like. Does everybody not do the ham-handedness and they're all very similar, or does
Yeah.
somebody break out? So that'd be
It's
be cool.
something that
One
really interests
similar.
me with plays as well. Oh, sorry, Darian.
You go ahead.
It's
You're ahead
something
of
that
me
really
on
interests me with
time
plays
zone,
as
so
well.
you should
So,
go
like,
first.
I study Shakespeare, which Shakespeare you can take in any number of ways, right? Because public
Mhm.
domain for 500 years, 400. You've got a point where you can literally do anything you want with Shakespeare. You can turn that play into whatever you want. You can make it into a film. You can completely change the dialogue, take the idea, completely change what's going on, and that's what I've done with mine. Inspire yourself by the story, and then you've got playwrights such as there's this guy called Brecht. And he basically wouldn't let anyone adapt his plays in any way, shape, or form. So you did it as it was written. You cannot change it. Like, it's under his copyright, which I just think is so crazy.
I just like that the way you said that though. There's this guy named Brecht, it's just some dude. He's from like Sheboygan and he did dinner.
I didn't want to be
theater.
like, yeah, Bertolt Brecht is actually a douche. I didn't really want to say that, but like that was where I was going.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So Quentin
Good point.
Tarantino
Good
has
point.
that 4 rooms, which I think he kind of likes the idea of playing with that, where it was like similar, where they all got one room of the hotel, and then Tim Roth is the common element as the bellhop who floats between the rooms, but everything else is it's the same room essentially, but then each director does their own thing,
That's
in
beautiful.
that room.
So each room has a totally different experience.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I've
4
been on
rooms,
for
4
an hour,
directors.
and obviously I'm
Oh
on my
gosh, yes. Go.
I'm on my data, so I'm gonna dash off. But I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival. I'm gutted that I can't stay for the horror one, which is my jam. As everyone knows.
Becca, it's so good to see you, by the way.
It's so good to see you too, Darian. I hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm
Posh
doing well.
accent. I definitely have a posh accent, Bo. I am.
Oh,
My
you do,
accent is as South English as they come, but here we are.
Usually when Becca dashes off, I start sprinkling in my posh accent.
Yes,
I also have a posh accent.
Is that what you do behind my back?
I love you,
Darian?
dude.
British.
But you're going to have to go
British
spend a couple of weeks in Bath and get that thing down before you probably want to do that in public. But
a couple weeks. I need a few years.
yes,
A few
Becca,
Surely I need a few years.
yes, indeed, Becca.
You're doing
So
well, Darian. You can be my
Absolutely.
replacement. Just pop on a ginger wig, and you're pretty much good to go.
there you go.
Well, I've got the hair length, guys. I mean, it
Yeah,
is.
you're there.
I'm working on
Right.
it.
There you go, Becca.
gotta
Lovely
have-
as always to see you. We'll see you next week, and hopefully next week, it'll just go better for you.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be on Wi-Fi and not sitting here on my data. I mean, at this point, I've probably lost all my minutes, and but it's fine because lockdown. When am I going out? And you?
Not going anywhere. But I do want to note that, and I'm a little concerned. She's gone. Okay. She was shattered last week, and now this week she's gutted. So I don't know if this is good for Becca or not, but we'll find out next week.
Just be destroyed.
All right. Let's go with, let me pull it up here. It's going to take just a second.
Okay.
You could, if you want, sing a song, Chris, but that would be
Okay.
totally up to
I'm
you.
gonna sing a song while you do that because
Oh my goodness!
I have
We're gonna
This
get a
is-
song.
Oh,
I have a
yeah,
song.
Holy shit!
oh yeah, dude. And like, it's going to be fun.
I actually
What are you gonna
realized
do?
that my song that I sang, the first one that I sang, was totally thematic with The Cleansing Hour, which was the next film that we watched. And this one's called My Quiet. It's not scary, but it's called My Quiet, and that film was called Quiet Time. You're my quiet, crowded room. Storm that's rolling off my shoes. minor chord in a hopeful tune. The dust that settles a sweet perfume. I'm just trying to get back to you. You're my flower on the interstate, easy shot that ricocheted. I'll walk away, but I'll walk slow. If I'm honest, I know where to go. I'm just trying to get back to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. You're the eye of a hurricane, blindfold shot with perfect aim, the golden hour before the dawn, an open heart left a scar. We tried to celebrate the skies that we looked to have what it takes. We made wishes anyway, so our hearts that were breaking could beat another day. You're my quiet in a crowded room, minor chord in a hopeful tune. I'm just trying I'm just trying to get back to you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy that I woke up tonight.
Well, so are we, Darian.
Rev, I had totally passed out again, and your call, I heard it ringing, and I like barely got over to the phone. And
okay, first thing, buddy, you know I love you, but I need you live in an apartment building?
Yes.
I need your neighbors on each side's phone number, and I need your phone number and your relative of some type's phone number, and we'll be good.
No, because if I had missed this right here, oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
I see. I didn't do any homework at all, guys. Just, full disclosure, Rev told me that, these talented sisters are going to be on Filmmakers. And you did mention the music part. That's me not remembering. But I'm such a big fan of great music, and but also just because like I've been in COVID, so I haven't been to any concerts or any musical events at all for a whole year. This is really special to me. I really thank you for that song.
Oh, thank you so much. And I just want to point out too, since we're talking about directors, my sister directed that music video. It was playing in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the video
okay.
for that song, and she directed it.
And
that's Alix right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Chris singing, Alix directing, and she's got award-winning video too, I believe, that you directed for your sister, correct?
Alix directed the music video for my song Photo Booth, and you can watch these all on YouTube. And please do, and subscribe and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, the production values, Darian, of Chris's videos are on 100, like, especially considering that she's trying to sell, we're going to sell 3,000, darn it, copies of her release for $5 a piece. Like, you know, they're fantastic. And Darian, she's, like, you noticed, a really excellent musician and probably could write stuff that people like you might need sometimes. And
in my movies.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And
Yes.
anybody you know that, you know, can get the money together to make a film about her tour, maybe that'll help us secure a tour. So we got to think of whatever angle we can to get Chris in front of the right effing people, because she's freaking amazing. And that's why I'm trying to help as much as I can.
The analog thing is so great. It just reminds me just how you can literally just pick up like a freaking analog piece of equipment
A
and
guitar.
it's just you and your voice.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
And when you do that, like, it's not a yodel. I don't know what it is in music, but when you do that, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Crooning.
not. Yeah, the
When
croon.
I flip from my chest to my head voice.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Like
that's
I
called
just
crooning?
like I
Is
just
that
kind of
what
go
that
like
is?
this. I just kind of go like, oh, hi. That's
Oh,
just really
Wait.
beautiful. Like, I'm gonna pass out. It's
Alex,
so
what did you call
pretty.
it?
Crooning.
Oh,
Is
is
that
that
what
what?
it's called?
I never knew what
Well,
that.
crooners, male crooners would probably do something like that,
I
right?
mean, I've always
Oh.
called it the vocal flip, if that's what you're talking about. When I
The
go
vocal
like,
Yeah.
flip
Crooning
sounds cool
sounds
too.
more
that
romantic.
one.
yeah. The hoo,
Oh, well,
that
that's
thing would
that's like falsetto. And if you're
falsetto.
talking about when you go from like head to chest to head voice,
Yeah,
like,
well, all those cool things you do with the music,
Chest to
because
head voice.
I don't know what that's
I don't
called.
I don't mean to be mean when I say this, but like my whole life, and I was in the concert sound business for a number of years, and I mean, there are people that sing, and then there are people that know how to sing, and there are people that then know how to sing, and you hit every one of those marks, like everyone. And people, like, I have friends that are in the Lyric Opera in Chicago, and I've been lucky enough to perform, you know, behind stage, out back, and through the alley is where they would let me stand. But, you know, back there with absolutely amazing vocalists, and she just left. But you know, her tone and everything, it's perfect. Like, and she knows how to sing, and it's really neat. And Kofa's here. Awesome. Let's bring you in, sir.
Yeah, I was like, so she's trying to get. So when I listen to music, I never listen to really the words very much. Like, you know, so the verses, they're just lost to me. I maybe hear some of the chorus if it's repeated. So the only thing I kept hearing was like, I'm trying to get back to you. So in my mind, I was like at Lindbergh Station in Atlanta, which is this thing where it splits if you're on the northbound, southbound train line. And you could either go up towards Buckhead Station or you could go to Doraville. And I was like, shit, she was supposed to meet me at Lindbergh, but she stayed on the train. And now she's calling me and she's trying to get back to me, but the train just keeps going. So that was my whole thing. It's like, oh shit, she's like, she can't get back, you know, 'cause you know, she doesn't know how it works, the subway station here in Atlanta.
Sometimes that's how life feels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
And to
Oh,
write
look,
a
it's
song about it.
Kofa.
Yeah. Kofa's here. How you doing, Kofa? You were in Darian's clubhouse, like, seems like 1,000 years ago, but it was just this morning, or afternoon even. What was that one, Darian? You do so many. Wait, that was the 1 minute film school. Like, was that one? What was that?
Yeah, so this was this is the Darren Donju 1 minute film competition Q&A.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Competition
so
Q&A.
if you see me
Excuse
fiddle with
me.
my phone at all during this, it's because we are literally within the last 24 hours for the Darren Donju 1 minute film makers to submit their films for this
Gotcha,
April
gotcha.
competition.
It's crunch time.
It's crunch time, and so there are some. I am getting some pings and some texts and messages.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm answering, it's usually if somebody's having technical difficulty uploading or anything, or something's going wrong. So I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'll just let you know that if I'm doing that, it's probably because I'm just trying to make sure somebody gets an answer. And
this is where I would have been 30 years ago when I'm like, fuck, where is the film? When are they going to drop that off?
Yeah.
Shit. What are we going to do? I can't even cut this into a freaking movie unless they drop it off. So at least you don't have that today.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
How do I expand the view here? Because right now it's like in a is that normal?
Are you on a phone or a laptop?
I'm on a laptop.
Yeah, so you're seeing inside the studio view, but yeah, you're just gonna. Do you see the multi-camera shot with all of us?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's as big as you're going to be able to get it for yourself.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yep. So hey, wow. So anyway, you're with us, sometime in the day in some room with Darian, and somehow I'm talking about needing this clip for this film for the Horror Fest, and I want to make sure Final Capture did upload it. It was actually a big file, but we've got it, and it's perfect timing because we can show this film, and you're here to experience it with us. So that should be fun. And by the way, I'm Revolution. Below you is Alix, and down below you on the other side is Darian, and then over there on the other side is Chris. And like I said, I'm Revolution. So it's great to meet you.
Hey, is it normal that there's like a second or two lag? Sorry, first time.
No, it's okay. No. You could refresh your browser. That might catch the lag up, but yeah, it's a little normal. Okay. Where are you?
I'm in Oakland.
You're in Oakland. So yeah.
Right.
Oakland's going to have more of a lag.
Yeah.
You would think he's the closest to the internet, right? Silicon Valley.
Yeah, like the actual internet itself. Right.
Yeah. He's the closest to it. So I don't see what the problem is.
Right. Well, and now we just knocked him off. So he'll come back. There he is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sorry, I had my finger on the refresh button.
No, that's okay. No problem. All right. So we have got Final Capture.
This
How
is
long
like my
this?
Clubhouse buddy, folks. So like, it's so cool to me to be like, oh man, we're on this show together. It just feels like, yeah. I'm just like, oh man, this is great.
Like Clubhouse with video.
Yeah.
And the less cultish features, but I kind of like those cultish features. All right. Somebody dinged me. Yikes. Hold on. This late. It's probably the producer.
I'm trying to get back to you.
Thank you for that song.
Well, you got it.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You had to run away because there was a big cat fight outside.
Well, because my cat can open my door, and she managed to do it, and she got out, and there was this asshole cat that like hangs around my house at night, and there was a big screaming fight, and now I'm worried.
It's a rough neighborhood. You live in Pasadena.
Rough cat neighborhood, yeah.
Rough neighborhood.
All right. What is this movie? Like 14 minutes, 7 minutes? I can't remember. How long?
Talking about my film?
Yeah.
11 minutes.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
Split the difference. So let's have fun for 11 minutes and hopefully watch a fun film. No, I think this is going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And here we go with Final Capture.
What is it about having a picture taken by a complete stranger? Is it the attention, the likes, or the idea that thousands are looking, wanting?
Look, I can explain.
Don't fucking touch me.
I was gonna tell you, okay, but I just didn't.
What could you possibly have to say to me? After everything we've lost, you're still obsessed with that case.
All these girls, they have nothing in common. If you look at their history, their affiliations. Until I saw this. They were all shot by X at some point.
I can't. I just can't do this with you again.
Look, someone just bought a bunch of X's photography. Some fashion photographer named Alix Marcos.
Michael, let this go. Please.
May I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Alix Marcos.
Friend of his?
No, I'm a documentary filmmaker.
What can I help you with, Mr. Documentary Filmmaker?
Just a few questions for Alix. Were these shot by X?
Familiar with his work?
I can come back another time if that's easier.
Don't worry about it. Alex will be back in a minute, and I'll just run upstairs and put some clothes on, and I can keep you company until he's back.
Michael. The name's Michael.
Well, make yourself at home, Michael. Be back in a jiff. So how did you discover X's work?
You know, internet.
Right.
So are you Alex's?
No. I just take care of the apartment when he's away, traveling.
Oh, I thought you said he was going to be right back.
So how long have you been making films, Michael?
Oh, you know, just recently caught the bug. LA, you know. Everyone's either a model or a writer, director, or...
The world of documentaries must be very dangerous these days.
What do you mean?
I saw your gun from upstairs. It's amazing what you see from a bird's eye view.
I'm sorry if that scared you.
Do I look scared? I thought you were a model, actually. But now I'm thinking, maybe law enforcement?
Listen, I think I'd better go. Thanks
I
for the
didn't mean
coffee.
to offend. I'm sorry. Look, let me make it up to you. Every good filmmaker needs a headshot. Let me take it.
I thought only actors got headshots.
No, anyone who's anyone needs a headshot. Let me take it. Just one shot.
I'm basically shooting for a calendar, like a big editorial project that'll be made into a calendar. So I don't know all the details yet.
Everybody's on mute.
So what is that like watching your film with 1, 2, 3, 4 other people staring at it intently?
Not how I envisioned it in my head.
No? How's it different?
I don't know. You see. I feel like it feels. I don't know. It's really interesting. Yeah, I'll say that. It's really interesting.
That was
Well, what?
beautiful.
Go ahead.
The cinematography was really cool. I like the stylized choices that you made.
And
who did the cinematography?
Thanks. Yeah. I shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell us about
Yay.
the hallway shot.
Yeah, it was something, like this film was kind of like a homage to like a bunch of films, and that was sort of like a the Shining kind of shot that I wanted. So like when we scouted, we just saw it I had a vision of how it would look, but it wasn't exactly like that when we got to the location. So it was the location was actually better than what I had in my mind. So yeah, that's kind of
Cool.
how it felt.
Nice.
Love
And
when that happens.
Huh?
I love when that happens. When it's like the final product is even better than you imagined.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We got a good place.
Yeah. What about that spiral staircase? Was that also part of that same building or a different building?
No, that's a different building.
Okay. Yeah, I like that spiral. Yeah, for me, seeing it. Yeah, I'm like paying attention to new things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was digging the spiral staircase. Also, when you did the spiral staircase, that's all done at once. It's not like you don't do a cut and then he gets around, or does he? He really had to get around every time, like the full.
Yeah. I had him walk up and down a couple of times. He didn't like
Oh,
that.
you're well loved, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then we ended up using the first take.
Oh my God, you asshole! You're one of those, because we were just when I came in, you guys were talking about Polanski or something. I came in right on that. Was
that was one of our forays into things beyond just general film, which happens a lot with me. But yes.
Oh, the idea of like making the actors do weird stuff in order to
torture and everything. I think we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa! It's straight up 10:00 your time, and so I know you need to go, and I really would love for you to stay. So maybe that means you'll come back and see us again.
Are you talking to me?
I am.
Well, we have one more film, right?
Yeah. You want to stick around?
I can stick around for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
cool.
check out.
Yay!
Very good. Very good. All right. So let me make sure
And Rev, before they'll go, you'll make sure you'll send me all links to all their stuff. I know you probably already have, but like I'm just making double checking because now I feel like going to listen to more songs and stuff.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I was actually gonna get on, I think, with Claire Means after this. So whenever we're done, I'm going to be doing a lot more singing with Claire.
Are you going to do it on Twitch?
On
or
Hap,
here? Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't need to sleep. That'll be fun. And wow, cool. All right. Let's play this other one. And
Kofa, was that the Black Magic?
Yeah, Black Magic.
What lenses?
The 20, I had the 30, and I think the 30, I had the 30, 50, and 85 Sigma, and I had a Nikon.
Sigma. Got you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you take the photos too?
What do you mean? Oh, the photos? Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's very haunting.
Oh, snap.
Swales! Mr. Swales! Mr. Swales! He's coming to get me. He's climbing straight up the wall to get me. I'm dying and he's laughing with his red mouth and those sharp white teeth of his like rats. Hundreds and thousands and millions of them. Oh God, help my poor soul. Renfield, I'm a slave. I'm a dog master. But please don't kill me. For the love of God, let me live.
Did I not promise you that you should come to me at your death and enjoy centuries of life and power over the bodies and souls of
You disappoint me so.
Who made that? Who was at fault? That was scary.
I will have to look it up. These things come together at the very last minute, and all I do is like click 5 minutes, click 5 minutes, click 5 minutes, click 5 minutes. Nothing. Okay, nothing within that 5-minute sector looks like it'll get me in trouble. So odds are I'm okay, and we see them all for the first time together. So Yeah.
That was creepy.
It was very creepy.
You're on mute, Chris.
Oh,
Darian, you're on mute.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
That
guys.
was nope.
Oh yeah. I love how the director felt they needed to put that disclaimer. Did you guys see the disclaimer at the end? This is just a work of fiction. It's from the product of the director's imagination.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
thank goodness.
That's what humans were scared in the making of this film.
Is literally one of my fears. Like, that is a thing that I fear. Like, I'm laying in bed and I'm like afraid that my blanket is just gonna come off of me. And
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Now every time
Yeah, I
my
love
freaking
those
blanket
shots.
slips, I'm gonna fucking jump. Oh my god,
I
that weird
don't
thing in
understand
bed with me.
how that girl was so chill for so long.
Yeah. Like the people in the chat were like, I would
Edibles.
go
What
out.
did they say in the
Turn
chat?
every light on. Had somebody on FaceTime watching me sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually did that during the beginning first like 2 or 3 months of the lockdown. I was at my parents' house and they weren't there, and so I was in the middle of a tour and I ended up staying at my parents' house, and so I was completely alone. Didn't even have like a cat with me. I ended up adopting a cat so that I wouldn't be totally alone. And I seriously like slept with the lights on for a while. And then at one point I actually had my Alix, my sister, we just kept our phones on FaceTime the entire night. And
How long were you gone for this thing?
What?
This story you just told us where you
When I was
adopted a
alone?
cat? Yeah.
It was from February to June.
Okay. All right. Because I wasn't sure like it was long enough to adopt a cat. I was like, we just kind of
It was
threw that in there.
I decided to do a foster, and then
cool.
And then my parents came home and they liked her so much they kept her.
Aw. And you both have cats now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've met.
Yeah.
I mean, not officially. He left.
Right. They usually like to come and show themselves to the camera once in a while to say, by the way, the boss of the house is here. Just so you know.
Do you guys have other siblings
Are y'all
as well?
twins?
No.
We
Like
don't.
your sisters.
They're twins. But
Okay.
they were reunited tonight after their little village in Ireland sunk under a weight of potatoes in a famine, I think. Something like that.
That's cool.
Chris is on HAPS regularly, and Chris and I have been working together to promote her audio spinning disc thing or album. I'm not sure what we call them in the electronic age because they don't do anything. But I guess an album is a compilation of things.
Is a collection of songs.
Yes, that's
regardless
true.
of what it's on.
Very good. Okay, see then that answers that for me because I used to struggle with it. Now I won't.
I mean, I think that's how I interpret it.
It is. No, it is. It is very good because it is an album. It's not a record. But yes, Chris Angelis, Skies, the album. Order it, pre-order it multiple times. Go to Chris's website. She has a video.
The skies we look to.
The skies we look to.
You're in Medina.
The skies we
And-
look to. Okay.
Do you because this will get replays, Chris and Alex, because I don't know what your time frame is here. Do you want to play one more and then I guess maybe we're gonna have to declare a winner because Becca's not here, although I don't even think she's listening. So we might have to make an announcement as who the winner to this one is in particular. But remember, it's really not about winning, kids. It's participating. And what we wanted to do here was show some great films, meet some great people, make some great friendships, make some connections for people, which I think we do every night that we do this show so far. So I'll make sure all of you guys are connected with your emails and everything. And yeah, it's me. I win, says Bo. Okay. But that was fantastic. I'll shut up because I know each of you probably want to say something as we head out.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I just want to remind everyone that the thing for the cleansing hour was just the trailer, and you can watch the whole movie, and it's really good on Shudder. And that's
On
that's
Shudder?
in that movie.
It's
Okay.
a Shudder original, but it's now on all like the streaming platforms.
Ooh,
Awesome.
okay.
I mean, not-
I'll watch it tonight then,
Not
or this
Netflix.
morning, or
It's
whatever
on-
whatever time it is now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have Shudder.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I have Shudder via the Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aaron,
that'll work, right?
yeah.
Aaron, how long is Mommy?
Mommy's only a few minutes long if you want to play
Hey,
it.
you guys have to see his. We got to show his horror movie.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
short.
yeah.
You have to see
Absolutely.
it.
Are you both on Clubhouse as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Well, we got to do a room then. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you've done music rooms and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I did a horror room with JP.
JP Ule?
Ule, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Cool.
like a few weeks ago. That was fun.
Yeah.
How long is your movie? Because I want to see it, but I told Claire that I would be
Oh, you
ready
did. I know.
no
It's like
later
2 or
than
3 minutes.
10:20.
Okay. If he
It's,
starts playing it now, it's
5 minutes.
5-minute movie. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
hold on
if
one
you want.
sec.
It's
Hold on
not
one
my
sec.
show.
No. And you can go if you have to, obviously, but let me see if I can get in here really quick. Problem is, I have to download it because I can't show it on the stream, but it should just take a second. I've
I'm
got
gonna
a
go grab
very
a drink.
fast
I'll be right
connection.
back.
Yeah, and it's on my YouTube channel as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't streaming on and over streaming like doesn't work.
Oh, stream. Yeah. Stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but that's okay. I've already got it downloaded. I'm pulling it over. It'll just take a second.
You're the man, Rev.
I try, I mean, I do the best I can.
Yeah, we could do if we want to do if you wanted to do another Clubhouse room where you just kind of promote your album, I could spin a room up like that. And
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's, even though it's like my club is Movie Makers, but to me, music is related to film, so, and it's my club, so I don't care.
I mean, I'd be more than happy and honored to be in your room and have you share my music with your people that are in your room, in your club.
That's awesome.
That'd be cool.
All right. Let's see. Well, let me turn out the, I have to turn off these quick little things. They're off. And here we go. Let's have some fun.
Mr. Wolfie's gonna eat you. Shh. His Wolfie's gonna eat you all the way up. We have to be quiet, Thomas. Shh. I wasn't even that loud. But Mommy said we have to be. Wait. Did you hear that? Mommy's on a date again. It's always someone new. I'm gonna catch them smooching. No, Tommy, don't go. We're not supposed to come out of our rooms when she's on a date. She's always on a date. I'm just gonna take a quick pic. I'll be right back. Thomas? Thomas. Mommy? Thomas? 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 No, Angie! Go back! Go back! Mommy? Mommy.
Okay, I just want to say, who's not in the picture here? All right. So
When kids
I have
don't
seen
eat
this
their
film.
vegetables.
I've seen this film. I love your commentary, Kofa. I have seen this film many times now. Every time there's something new, fucking music, dude. Seriously, Jesus Christ! Did you get like somebody like Herman Zimmerman or something that he's your lost uncle and he's like got the Philharmonic loaded up like that? Music is fucking perfect. And
Oh, thanks.
yeah, and the best part, because I have seen that movie a few times, is watching your people's faces. And I think I recorded it. Let me see if it worked, because you guys are like, and then watching the filmmaker's face. He's scared. He made the damn thing, and you can tell he's a little scared. So that was, wow, that was a fun ride, folks.
Was the actress that played the mom, was that like CGI'd? Or what was her body?
I know the story. That's why I'm laughing.
So Amy is she's got a dance background.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and she's an actress, and so
And
I did
creepy
not know
spider
what she was
background.
going to do before she did it, before we actually recorded it. She just said, "Yeah, I've got something for you. I'll let you see when we're on set. I was like, oh boy, here we
And
go.
to
Yeah,
know that the truth here too is that that's one freaking shot. So
yeah.
he's
It's all
trusting that his
one.
actress, who I mean, I'm sure you've practiced this shot and everything, but I mean, like, okay, we're gonna let you wing it. Have that trust in her because you've just made a really long shot for at the end to do that. So that's pretty cool. That merely makes that even more powerful to me, is you don't even know what's coming. And
I didn't see it before we were actually taping. Yeah, and I'm the one holding it at the end, the Mobi Pro, because we had to do like 3 handoffs. And so I'm the one holding it, and I'm literally at that point, I'm like, holy, I gotta get away from this chick. Like, what the fuck is going on?
She really did eat that boy back there.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh gosh, I'm really scared, but I'm gonna mess up the movie if I run. So I gotta stay in this.
Oh man, that was awesome. It was awesome. Alex, what did you think about that or any other fun we've had this evening?
Oh, well, that was like the sound. That was scarier than the image for me.
The sound design and everything?
Yeah. Gosh, I told you I'm a wimp, but
your sister, you could just see it. It's like correspondingly twin-like. The same positions and everything. It was great.
But I also have said, and other people have said about me, that I'm like the perfect audience member. Like, even without being horror in the horror genre, I'm like, I just go along for the ride. I'm not one of those people that, even though I'm in the film industry, like, that I go like, oh, I bet this is what's happening, or I bet this is gonna happen. I just like am right there, and I go on the roller coaster. So yeah, I guess I should watch more horror.
I like that you said that. I really like that you said that.
Yeah.
Because that's the same way too. Like, I can watch a film with, as a filmmaker, like filmmaker's eyes, but my first watch, I try to watch it like not trying to over, unravel it early or figure it out or let, things distract me. Oh, I've seen this before, or whatever the case. I try to really let myself buy the illusion, and then I'll revisit it later. So I enjoy you saying that.
Yeah. Well, this was delightful. So happy that I was here tonight.
We're so happy you joined us. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
really
I'm gonna watch The Cleansing Hour. This is why I have that Shudder subscription. This is why.
Yeah, and Darian, this is why you need to get a little more sleep, because each week these things get better and better. And guess who's coming back next week?
Who?
Alex and Chris, because Alex has a movie that we need to see that she's going to put into the film festival. So that means, could we get, maybe you and I could work together a couple of days this week to get some films instead of trying to do it 15 minutes before?
Let's do it. Let's do that. Yeah,
Thanks,
we can do a couple of days earlier in the week.
Right. Because we can get
really
films
cool.
fast. We just have to get in a room.
What genre are we going for next week?
Yeah. What's your genre?
So my film is nostalgic, coming of age.
Got it. So
okay.
So anything in the drama field, right, would work.
Yeah, right.
It's sort of lighthearted. It's based in the late 90s, and so there's like
I'm sorry. The late 90s is nostalgic. No, I know it is to you. It's my.
It was a while ago.
That's so funny. You're like late 90s is nostalgic.
1890s. Oh yeah, that's nostalgic. But 1990s,
right.
yeah,
it was
that's
like classic hip hop. Kofa.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy, Busta Rhymes, Method Man, classic hip hop nowadays, right?
But yeah, it's like coming of age, nostalgic, but with like a lighthearted twist. So
that is the category for next week then, because they who get the first film in picks the category more or less at this point. So yay, that's awesome.
Have you both seen American Mary by the Zoska sisters? Rev, you, Alex?
No, but I'm going to now because you mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. it's really worth it. But it's like trigger warning. It's like it's on that horror thrill. It's a thriller technically. It's not really a horror, but it's eerie enough that it maybe could
a little scary
pass for horror as well. Yeah, but I really love it. It's just well done, well acted film.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Alex, I know you got to go. And I say this to everybody, but I mean this to you. Please come back anytime you want with any film, with lunch, any reason. You can come back and hang out here. And if you can think of anything you want to do here, just get a whole, I mean, you know, your sister's kind of a big deal around here, but you know, if you can't get through to her, let me know and I will make sure that you get whatever you need. If you want to come out and hang here on your own sometime too, and even get the tour or whatever, that would be awesome. But please come back anytime, and we'll see you next week. So I'm excited.
Thank you so
And
much.
let's connect on Clubhouse as well, Alex.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we can do some rooms. Yeah.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
All right.
Night.
Take
Just
it
the
easy. Nice
exit
to meet you.
button. And can you come back the week after and direct too?
Me?
Direct the show.
Yeah, you.
Sure.
I can't afford you, but you. Yeah. Thanks, Alex.
All right. Take it easy, everyone.
All right. Well, wow. Once again, I gotta say, people, we have a really cool show here, and I think we can grow it and grow it and grow it. I think it's a good concept. I mean, the interaction and everything that we're doing here, I think it's meaningful. And like, seriously, gentlemen, like having two twin sisters who are really incredibly talented people to get to hang out with and make a connection with is just it's wild. Like 3 months ago, like what I get, two incredibly talented twin sisters who do film, acting, and music, and come on my little program.
Well, they've got that 1-2 combo of music and film, right? That's like, you know, that's the whole creative spectrum of just
it is
of
right,
like experience, you know.
Yeah. Well, I hope
really
the
cool
three of you
that they have each
collaborate
other.
well,
you know?
and you know, even Kofi there, you know, I hope all of you find reasons to collaborate because that's exactly what this program is about. So it's putting people together, seeing good things, and Kofa, just kind of since you're here, what in your filmmaking career so far, like, is that your longest film, or where are you with that? Like, what have you made?
No. That's I've done well in terms of film. I've been a part of bigger projects,
sure,
but in terms of my
that's kind of your
work,
biggest.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I did an episodic thing, which collectively,
Well, it's a little different, you know, week by week, but yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of like One Piece, yeah, that was the longest.
Nice.
Yeah. Can I ask, like, what's your film school background? Your education in film background, and even, you know, go back to when you were 10. You know, I mean, you can talk about your filmmaking a little bit.
Well, interesting. My background is in design, actually. That's kind of like my angle into filmmaking. Being a designer for a long time and transitioning into editing, and then falling in love with cinematography, and then discovering that I loved writing and putting things together. So I would say I'm mostly self-taught. I have had a few mentors along the way. And I do a lot of reading and studying. And I also work in marketing, which is there's a lot of opportunities there to just like work on the craft of putting productions together, telling stories, rinse, repeat. And then, I made my first short film a while back. And, thinking back now, it was actually about maybe 7 years ago, maybe. And then throughout the years, I've had the opportunity to just work on other people's projects because I just kind of wanted to learn and do that. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. my filmmaking experience. But this film was actually created for a sort of filmmakers challenge, film festival combination thing called the Collaboration Filmmakers Challenge, where the idea here is you create a film and then you help other people make their film. It's a yearly thing that happens in Los Angeles. I think this is like their 7th year doing it. And you're given 2 weeks to create a film, but the way this situation happened, we weren't sure we were going to work on a project for the competition, because every year when it comes out, I always end up doing something. I always end up finding myself really busy. But this year we were like, no matter what, we're going to put something together. So we threw an idea together pretty quickly, and we cut the film for the competition, which had to be under 6 minutes, including the credits. But I always felt like if we had an opportunity to work more with the edit, we can put together something a little bit stronger. So over quarantine, about 2 years later, is when I finally got a chance to really make the film where it is today, which I am much more prouder of than what we were able to do, because we had such a short span time to put it together. So that's a little bit about the context, and is my first sort of, I had done a lot of like sci-fi stuff. I wrote a novel, did a trailer for it, was developing a sort of TV concept for that. So this was my first sort of foray into like the thriller space, to try to see if I can play with that a little bit and experiment with some supernatural themes.
So you were kind of going, I'm sorry, Darren, you might want to say something.
No, you go ahead. Yeah.
You were kind of going the thriller and like you said, paranormal. You kind of mixed in a couple of genres in there, I think, right? And you played with the form a little bit, and I thought that was interesting. I think having shot and edited stuff that I dare say was, maybe almost as good as what you did. You know what I mean? Like overall, the to give you my best critique, I think the direction, for the actors and stuff like that has room for growth. You know what I mean? I think there's just some areas that it would be fun for somebody like Darren or whatever. I mean, for the audience to even see a little bit of a dissection of what worked and what didn't work. Because one, I think you probably can take it, and two, it would be helpful, and three, I'm not super qualified to do it, but I could see some things, that worked really well, and some that would need a little direction. So if you're willing and Darren has some input, I think that would be cool to hear from him.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm definitely open to any feedback. Yeah, for sure. That's what these films do. They give us the opportunity to look at and then learn. So yeah, take it away, Darian.
Oh, you mean right now?
Right now, if you got it in you, yeah, take a couple minutes.
Well, so I think I would have to watch it again from that eye, because
Gotcha.
I know
Okay.
tonight I was watching more just like,
Because you were scared.
just watching it, and how does it feel, as an experience. So I think if we come back another time and I get a chance to kind of like,
I think we should maybe do that in a couple of weeks. Could be a
have an
segment
evening
even.
where we do that.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
directors dissect everybody else's, like almost like a round table.
That'd be fun.
Of dissection. Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
Because we can do these things like we did tonight for Alix, and actually we're going to do next week too, because we're new and this will be fun. But having kind of these homages to a film that an actor is in or that somebody's directed or whatever, and then have the contest around it, because in a lot of ways, your philosophy around learning and all of this, I think fits in, real well with this and this format. I mean, I just don't think you can beat it to watch your film with people watching your film at the same time with you.
Absolutely.
And I love watching your face. No joke. Whenever I show that movie, because I can see, like, it's just really cool to see the filmmaker, and yours as well, go for the filmmaker's face, and I did record it, and I'm going to play a couple seconds of it. So you guys chat for a second because I got to pull it up.
Oh man. Kofa, this is like the thing I love most to do is just like making films and watching films, and then like watching films with the creators of the films. That's perfect.
Yeah. I've never done that.
Yeah, because you can watch. Like, I can ask you what lens you were using. I can ask you like, how she asked you who made those photos.
Yeah.
She took that question was on. I actually wanted to ask that question, so she asked it for me.
No, Darian's part of the reason this film even came out. He gets.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because like I said, this project. I mean, it was something where I wasn't sure that I wanted to put energy into it, but again, just due to the haste. But Darian gave me the push to sort of like, I think you should see if you can squeeze some more juice out of it. And in that, the strongest thing is I learned so much even doing that, because I was able to go back and see some of the decisions that I made, and then be like, okay, I see how I would make those decisions differently now. So like the growth that I got from it, I think was invaluable. So I really appreciate Darian for that. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, because I didn't have any of that emotional background that you might have had with it. So I was just looking at it as, oh, this is a film.
Mm-hmm.
Would people want to see this? And for me, the answer was resoundingly yes. And then you just had some editing stuff you wanted to do to it, and that editing stuff definitely upped it. Like, you were like, I was really surprised the amount of difference from the edit that I saw and this version is still kind of shocking me. Like, the choices that you made in the edit to, especially towards the end there, to kind of flip things a bit. You've got a green screen background, right, Rev?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did not know that until you showed me that thing earlier today.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah,
that is so
this thing is freaking amazing.
Did you know that, Kofa?
What, that he's in a green screen?
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. I thought he was in a live studio. Okay, now I see it. Yeah,
you can see the artifacts, but
I can see the cast on his face.
Yeah, but look at that wall, man. Like, that is
that grungy wall, right?
Is awesome.
That looks so real. I would never have guessed that.
So even that's fake. The Shure stuff. I mean, not the Shure, but the.
No, that's real. That's real.
That's yours.
That's
okay.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, that's all in front of the green screen. The fuck, I know what the name of it is, guys. I have one. The 2i2.
2i2. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Scarlet. Yeah.
Yes, Scarlet 2i2.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So that's green screen paint, and I'm telling you, if you're in a place where you can repaint, use green screen paint, because it doesn't blow in the wind, it doesn't wrinkle. You can get it coated evenly. It's amazing. I've got probably like 15 by whatever the ceiling height here is in this bedroom, really. And I mean, it opens up the whole world in a way. Like, I was very not ever wanting to do a green screen on this stuff, but I wanted a background for this show. And so I'm like, well, fuck, I got to get a green screen, but I'm not going to drop $400 for a good green screen that I don't really want. And I'm like, so let's paint the walls. And you really can't get rid of that. But at the point that I decided to paint the walls, I'm like, oh, it'll be fun, because since I'm going to use the green screen, and I actually want to do some HAPS tutorials with just the green screen in the background. You know what I mean? So people can get used to the concept and stuff like that.
Yeah. I did something similar with the dining room of my apartment once, where we can get into that story another time. But my first film, I was intended to be a feature film right away. I was like, so let me skip all the short projects.
That's what everybody does.
Let me just go straight for the feature. And on top of that, I decided to make it this like a full green screen feature, right?
Yeah.
With my 2013 MacBook Pro, thinking I was gonna. I mean, and we did
What
a
was
great
that
job.
FaceTime, or what was the Matrix camera thing called? That array or whatever.
Well, the thing is, it's like, we did a pretty good job with shooting it and everything. It's just that there was no way my computer was ever going to be able to process all that.
Render it.
Yeah. And
MacBooks like come back in 6 months.
right. But the way I did it was I actually took the whole dining room, emptied it. I got these cardboard, it's like hardboard or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a little bit bendy. So I put that against the wall and then nail gunned it to the floor and then to the ceiling and to the wall. And then I kind of did like a caulking type thing, and I made a curved corners.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the whole thing cyclic, and I painted the whole thing green. So it was just like 10 by 10, a whole green area, and I made a lot of use of that. Yeah, it was.
You can't. I mean, like once I did this, like I'm like, wow. Because I want to do this full time. I am doing it full time, and like once I get a dedicated room, I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome, because I was thinking about building a set and everything. You see how detailed that is? I can I can build a set digitally and it'll look amazing.
Yeah. People, it's a different world. So yeah,
it is a totally different world now. It's crazy. It's really crazy. You can't believe anything now that you see.
No. I mean, and I literally just did. I don't know if I told Kofa, but I literally did an Unreal Engine shoot.
No shit.
For the first time, one of those virtual production studios where it's an LED wall in the back.
Oh,
and
wow.
The image that's on the LED wall is run by Unreal Engine. So it's actually synced up with the camera via trackers. So as the camera moves, the background adjusts perspective as if the camera is actually
it's changing the perspective that within the within the focal length and the spherical nature of the lens is taken into account with the movement at what it shoot. Holy frack.
Yeah. So like we're in the desert, and the cameraman's got the camera, and if he pans left, he pans right, it's panning to see the desert as if you're sitting out there in the desert.
What does that shit cost? Millions and millions.
No,
No.
it's not. It's cheap. It's cheap now. That's the thing.
It's cheap.
Since it runs on Unreal Engine, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
and I gotta ask you, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So Da Vinci, right?
Yeah.
So because I learned to edit in a linear fashion, right? We literally cut film. And spliced it together. And so I edited hundreds and hundreds of TV commercials in that, tape environment kind of thing. And it's taken me a long time. I can see in a non-linear way, but it's taken me a long time, and I'm really good at computers to I've never been able to pick up Premiere, and I've never been able to pick up the Apple product, whatever that is. Da Vinci, bam. I'm in it. I'm using it.
Really? That's interesting.
It's maybe it's because I've practiced at those, but Da Vinci is I like the ergonomics, the way that it's laid out, and everything seems kind of intuitive. And is it to get most of the functionality, I'd have to drop $300, right?
Yeah, $299 is the full thing. Or if you have a Blackmagic camera, it's free.
It's free, but the Blackmagic camera is a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, Kof, I'm sure has Da Vinci Studio because of his camera, and I have also. What's that? What is that? Oh, that's your iPhone?
12 Pro Max. So, I could never justify buying a Blackmagic, but I have a pretty good damn camera right there.
Oh yeah, exactly. What's that sticker? Did you put that sticker on there? The power button thing?
That's the Apple case.
Yeah.
So it's for show you the MagSafe, magnet thing on it or whatever.
Oh, that's
just
nice.
Stylistic.
Yeah,
but it's a really nice case. It's same price as like a OtterBox, but it's just made by Apple for the device. I've never felt a case made more perfectly for a device than this case, because it's Apple made it for their own product. It's amazing.
Yeah, I might have to get my hands on that.
Yeah, and we waited. This is the first time since the iPhone, well, because we really couldn't afford to, but since the iPhone 3GS, that was my first one, that I hadn't bought the next one when it came out every year since that. But with the iPhone 10, I'm like, this thing is near perfection for me. It does everything I need it to do. So we actually waited a couple of years this time, because I expect to do the same with this, because they've made them so damn good. What usually happens is I run out of storage space before the phone isn't working, but the camera on this, holy crap, for being like little dots, not actually having lenses and everything, because it's all computer done. It's insane how sophisticated these are.
Yeah. Wow. And you got LiDAR on that one too, right?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm interested to see what people start doing with that,
Right.
Are you on that
Wow.
already? Do you have that 12? Are you Kofa?
The iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 12. I love it.
Do you have that LiDAR then as well?
I don't know. I think that's the 12 Pro.
Yeah, I've got the 12 Pro Max, I guess.
Get the Pro. I mean, I didn't think I would have the use for those features. I mean, they were cool. I just kind of like the form factor.
The smaller.
And I got this one because I got a heck of a deal on a couple 11s if I bought this to give to my executive producer and the executive producer niece, her phone.
Right.
So this is the most. I mean, this may be the most sophisticated piece of technology. I mean, I haven't been to NASA, but like that you can hold in your hand. Like,
it's so good.
It's insane. Like what this can do. Like this has replaced so many objects in our lives, and it even the design form factor, because it goes back to the 5 and 6 with the metal side,
the edge,
and they reinvent their own thing and make it better, but it's crazy.
Wait, the case has the metal side?
Not the case, but the phone. It has that old iPhone 5, iPhone 6.
The 12 does?
Yeah.
Remember do you remember the iPhone 5 how it was?
Of course I do. That was the best design that they ever had.
They sort of it's the
Brought
same
it back?
design, but like a little bit more. It's like more.
You'll love it. You'll love it. You won't.
You guys literally just sold me on an iPhone 12 right here on the show.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've had the iPhone since the 4, and I was really excited to get the 4. And I remember when the 5 was coming out, I was really excited, and I got the 5, and I had the 5 for as long as I could.
Yeah.
Until my phone broke, and it didn't make any sense to get another 5.
Right.
But I haven't been excited. Even when I got the X, remember when the X came out, it was a big deal. But it never really, this phone, I feel like I'm proud to have an iPhone again, the 12. I think I'm going to keep it for as long as I can.
I mean, to start to top this, I mean, I don't know, unless this thing's going to marry me or something. I mean, I don't know what you could do to it to make it much better. And yet they will. And they probably already have 2 generations ready to go.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, we should wrap it up, because we're sitting over 2.5 hours and I need to get some sleep. Darian needs to do something called sleep, but voluntarily. And
I'm probably going to watch a little more of, I started watching this show Invincible at the recommendation of my buddy Kofa.
All right.
And it's dope. The show's dope, man.
What's it called?
I'll say you do like it. How many episodes in?
Well, I don't even know, because I just let them keep playing. But all I know is it's extremely violent. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, this is for me.
Yeah, I told you it was dark.
I was like, this is seriously dark. I was like, at first I was like, what the hell is this Kofa's? And when it first started, and it was like this kid and the young coming of age, and I was like, okay, this is cool. But like, why is he having me watch this? And then like the killing started. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always recommend me anything dark, So
What's
for
it
anybody
called?
else
What's it called?
it's called Invincible. So it's
Okay.
actually from Robert Kirkman, who's the creator of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I start to see that now that I'm further into it.
Yeah, this is based on a Seattle graphic novel too, I think, on this one.
I don't know what's going on with the dad, Kofa. I'm like, I don't know if
Yeah.
he's just straight evil or I don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's where I am right now,
What
trying to figure
network
out.
is that on?
It's on. I'm watching it on Amazon.
It's on Prime.
Okay.
Amazon Prime is one
Amazon
of their
Prime?
originals.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Seriously,
And then
we're
the
going to
cleansing
do.
hour. So the cleansing hour I have to watch tonight.
Yep.
Some more episodes of Invincible.
I feel you.
Yeah.
And really, like, there are two fabulous people you just met that should work with you on some of your stuff. I think they'd be great. And happy to make that connection. And yeah, we're going to have a quick production meeting. Everybody, for 2 minutes, you can stay with us or you can leave. But I got you here. I would love next week, and I know you're really busy too, so I will try to find a template, and then we can do some opening titles and stuff like that.
Oh yes, yes.
And
Yeah, I'll help you but like if you get the template, I'll do it if you want.
Okay,
Like,
you'll
you
put
know
it
what I mean?
together for me.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then I'll get a hold of you and let's find films before the last minute and like shoot me your phone number, would you, on IG?
Yeah, I will.
And awesome. Yeah, we'll wrap it up. And
Kofa, it was good
Kofa.
hanging out with you, man.
Yeah, this was fun.
It's good to be part of it, just to hang out, do film stuff.
Well, you should come back in a couple of weeks and we'll, you can be a guest judge. So
Sure.
you can be a guest judge. That'll be fun. Because I think if you have the courage and the, to come up and, be judged, then you should be able to come back and be a judge. So that'll be fun.
Course, yeah. I'm here to just, connect, grow, learn, all of it.
Yeah, 100%. So I expect to see great things from you because you already are surrounded by great people like Darian. So this is great. And I will see you guys. I'll talk to you soon. I appreciate everybody out there that's watching.
If I want to go see what is she supposed to be playing right now, where would I find? How would I find that on?
I'll tell you. Yeah. So what you want to do is once we close out the show. Well, hold on. Let me see if they are playing, but they should be.
I'd love to hear another song or two from her. She's good.
Yeah. She's my sponsor here. So, she's live. She's running the stream with Claire. So I'm going to send you the link. Hang on.
Okay. We're going to make some cool films, Kofa.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
I feel that, man. Sometimes it takes. Oh, there goes one of my lights.
Everybody the link here so
My
people
blue
can
light
go
went out.
over.
Oh, this still looks pretty cool even without that light. Interesting. Did you see how my lighting just switched, Kof?
I was gonna say your lighting was the same as mommy. I was like,
yeah, I've got a Nan light back there. I've got two Nan lights to my right, and one of them is with this regular yellow light or whatever.
Hey,
and
Darren,
then I had one doing the blue.
Hang on 1 second. Let me close it out. Stay here. Don't hit any buttons, guys.
All right.
Just stay here. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll give you an update on who won next week. And please tell all your friends about this program. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's a good program. So make sure you share it out there. You can sponsor me. Go to my right there. There's a link. It says, buy me a coffee. Sponsor me. If you want to see this show continue, sponsor me. But more importantly than that, find somebody to give us some money so we can make it even better. And we will see you all next week. Thanks, guys, for joining me. We'll see you in a second.